Hi, I'm Jatin Patil, and I'm currently learning web development, and I have created a stopwatch project in a front end. Um, Basically, I have designed a project, and then I have implemented and development the code using HTML5, CSS3, and vanilla is a JavaScript. So let's get started with the project. Firstly, let's go through the design of the project. Okay. The software I have used for designing is called Figma. There are multiple softwares in the marketplace like Framer, Adobe XD, but I'm using a Figma to design my UI and UX templates. Okay. So I have taken a screen size for our MacBook Pro, and this is the project. Let's go, and it's called component. Let's go through each one by one. So let's just turn this off for a moment. Okay. Here I was simply implemented a background. As the project is of a stopwatch, I have created I have made a background of a simple R glass. Okay. That makes much more sense for the project. Here I have implemented a footer for the project with the text Design with Love by Jatin Kavita. Okay. Here is a toggle button as you can see. It's basically to toggle the theme between the light mode and the dark mode. Okay. And here is our main working. There is a stopwatch plate I have created. Okay. Here it will show the stopwatch dynamically with the JavaScript and how it's gonna work. We will see in a moment in the code as well as the output. Okay. Here are the three buttons: start, pause, and stop. Okay. Start will start the stopwatch. Pause will temporarily freeze the stopwatch, and stop will reset the stopwatch. Okay. This is basically the design of a project. Okay. Now let's go into the code and see what the logic and how we have built this project. Okay. So it is basically HTML5. As you can see, Dr. HTML. Okay. And here we have linked the CSS file. Okay. And we have made use of a CDN of a font or some. I will tell you why we have used this font or some in a bit. Okay. Here is the stopwatch title of the project, and here it's a fav icon of a stopwatch. Okay. I will also show this once we go to the output and we'll go live in a moment. Okay. But basically, our project is divided into three main tags: header, main, and the footer. I made use of semantic tags to make a much more readability and for the web browser enhancement. Okay. Let's go into the header. The header basically contains of the dark mode and the light mode theme. Okay, as you can see here we have a div, and as I previously mentioned, we have used font awesome library CDN for the icons of the sun and the moon. Sun represents the light mode, the light theme, and the moon represents the dark theme. Okay, and we will basically toggle between light mode and the dark mode using the JavaScript and the CSS we have written. Okay, let's see what CSS have been implemented. Okay. This is the dark mode CSS we have created, and as you can see, the backdrop filter, the border, everything is written. It is written to create a effect called glass morphism. There are many effects that we can create using CSS, like a glass morphism, neomorphism, glow, etc., etc. I have basically created the glass morphism. What a glass morphism is basically means it has some uh, kind of a frosty glass effect that basically blurs the background and enhances the context written on the that glass morphism which we have uploaded. The same effect has been applied to dark mode and the light mode. Just the color of variants are different, as you can see. This is RGBA and this RGBA is different. Okay, and we have a slight soft hover effect as well here. And basically, this is the CSS for the theme togglers. Okay, as we toggle the theme switch, it will change the dark mode, light mode, and if it's in the already in the light mode, it will change back to the dark mode. Okay. Here is the JS written for it. We have firstly, I have called all the elements that we basically required. Okay, and here is a two a light mode and a dark mode. Okay. We have created a slide function which will be a toggle by switchability, and we add a event handler here that is a click. Okay, and basically I will first explain the toggle switch that slider how it basically works. Okay, so if it's the contains dark mode, it will translate X so that it will move to the X direction by 25 pixel, and then it will apply this toggle dot style dot background color, okay, RGBM, that will basically change from a light mode to dark mode, and else if it's already in the dark mode, then it will go back to where it was. That is the default position, and then it will change the theme from dark mode to light mode. Okay, and to loop over it, we have used a for each method. Okay, and it is a pretty basic logic that we have implemented. If the class list has a light mode, it will remove the light mode and then add the dark mode. That will change our theme from light theme to dark theme. And else, if it's a dark mode, we remove dark mode and add the light mode, and basically we slide between the toggle button. Okay. So that is also the logic for the theme switcher. Okay. Let's go into the main, the stopwatch project. Okay. The main tag, semantic tag, contain two major div tags. Okay. This the first div tag, it's basically displays the time that stopwatch will be showing, the hour, minute, and the second. Okay. Uh, and I already explained the glass morphism that we applied. The same glass morphism applied to the buttons, okay, and the stopwatch as well, okay. And the second div tag contains the buttons of start, pause, and stop. Okay. Now everyone uses that simple and boring start, pause, and stop. Just to do something a bit different and to stylize, I have used this RM Stagit and Antaham, which basically means the same start, pause, and stop. Okay, start, pause, and stop. It's basically written in the local language, regional language. Okay, that will show the context. Okay, the working is a pretty same. Just the text has been replaced by the local regional language Hindi. Okay, and here it's basically a footer that I have placed to show in the designs. Okay, and I'll be showing in the working of project as well. Okay, here we just have a simple paragraph tag with this heart icon as well. We have added some animations to the heart. Let's see. This is the animation we have added, and we added some keyframes as well to the heart. Okay, and basically we are just link the index.js. So we have used CS, and we also made use of a media query to make our project responsible and to uh, change according to the device width. Okay. Now let's come to the main logic here. Okay. How a stopwatch has been utilized and made of. Okay. Here basically first we created a array of hours, minute, and second 00. We have created a timer variable. Okay. Now why this created, I will tell you in a bit. Okay. The basic logic goes is here. We have created a function stopwatch. We have incremented the seconds. It will increment the seconds one by one. And what basically makes a minute is 60 seconds, right? 60 seconds make to 1 minute. Same we have applied. If the seconds is equal to 60, it will reset the seconds to 0 and increment the minute by 1. Same goes with the minute and hours. If minutes is equal to 60, it will make a minutes at 0 and hours. Okay. It will go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the 60. And as soon as it hits 60, it will reset to 0. And then it will increment the minute. And if it's a 60 minute, it will increment the hours. Okay. And same we have incremented a value we have displayed here. Okay. Now we have implemented logic and making buttons work dynamically. Okay, and here's we can control the stopwatch by using the buttons. There are three functions for three buttons: start, pause, and reset. Okay, it is self-explanatory. A start time has a event handler called click, and if its timer is not equal to null, it will start the timer by set interval by 1000 ms. 1000 ms means 1000 milliseconds. That is basically 1 second. If you don't use the set interval, it will directly go second equals 60, or it will not increment the seconds. It will just go from 0 to 1 and then it will stop. So to make this work in a real time dynamically, we have used the interval. Okay. The pause function also has an event listener click. As soon as we hit the pause button, that is a Stagit button, it will stop the timer, and it will show what timer it has been stopped, second, minutes, and hour. Okay, and we have clear interval timer, and timer here we will set equal to null, which we have previously set to 0. We just assign some 0 value to the timer. It will set to a null. It will basically pause the timer. The stopwatch that will start incrementing the timer to basically pause that. Okay. Here it is the reset. Now reset and pause logic is pretty much similar. Also have an event listener, it has a clear timer. It will clear the timer, and the timer has been set null. Now, what difference the pause and the reset have? Here till here it pretty much same. Okay, but reset means we have resetting the value back to where it started, right? So we have reassigned the array as 0. Okay, which we have created here. Okay, so that's why we have used let instead of const. If const has been used, it won't be able to reassign the value back to 0. And this 0 we have displayed here using the text content. As soon as you hit that is antah button on the stopwatch project, it will reset back to the timer to 0 0 0. Okay, I hope it's pretty much clear what logic have been implemented, and here we simply called the buttons. Okay, start will start the timer, and if you don't use this use case, even if the watch has been started, it will start again and again and again, and it will basically watch will go too fast instead of the real time. Okay, the pause also, it will temporarily freeze the time, and reset will basically reassign the values to 0, and the timer will be reset. Okay, I hope it's pretty much clear the theme toggler code and the watch. Okay, now let's see this project in action. Let's go live. Yeah. Okay, so this is pretty much of what a project looks like. Okay, now let's see the stopwatch where the title is here, and as you can see, the fav icon we have used it here. It also is showing. Okay, now this is the background that I've previously shown the design. Same has been created using CSS, and the glass morphism effect I have talked previously about. This is the effect. Okay, we hover, it has some plenty smooth animations or the hover effects. If we go to the RM, we'll show this Stagger also, and Antah. And you can see the footer, okay, designed with love by Jatin Kavita, and simple animations here. Okay. Now let's change the theme first, and then we'll start the stopwatch. Okay. Okay. As you can see, I will click on this. We'll change the theme back to the dark mode. Okay. You can see the dark mode has been activated now. Okay. And let's start the watch. Okay. You can see the stopwatch is working. It has started entering the timer. If it goes to till the 60, it will reset the seconds to 0, back to 0, and will here increment the 1. Same as the minute to crosses to 60 seconds, it will go to the or it will increment 0 to 1, and it will be 0 and 0 again, and then again it will start from the seconds. Okay, now let's change back this to the light mode. Okay, yeah. Look, it's the light mode that we have previously seen as well. And let's go with the dark mode as well. Okay. It's the dark mode. You see, it also has some pretty much simple hover effect animations, and yeah. And also I will talk about them um, media screen that we have used. Okay, now let's just inspect that. Okay. As you can see, dimension have been set to iPad Air. If you are watching this project on the iPad Air, it will be looking like this. Let's change some screen sizes and see how it will be looking on different devices with different device width and sizes. If I see this project on iPad Air, you can see the theme is working, the stopwatch is working, and pretty much it will design according to the size. It will set itself to the sizes. Now, if I'm watching this project, let's say on my iPhone, how is this project gonna look? So you can see the theme button here will be in the centerized. The theme is working. The timer is also working. The arm, the buttons, all the and also the footer. Okay. If I see this on a bit smaller phone size, it will be same, right? It is completely responsive. If I see some on Android device, okay, it will be still the same. Okay, it has shown the timer as two. It will increment the seconds continuously. Also increment the theme. Okay, it will change accordingly. You can see how smoothly this changes from dark mode to light mode, and all the stopwatch plate, the buttons, everything. Okay, and we are back to the main computer screen. I have uploaded this project on a GitHub as well. You can check it out on my GitHub repo. Okay. Yeah, this is the stopwatch project. Okay, there you can see the HTML, the JS file, the README, the BG of the stopwatch that I use, and also I have uploaded a Figma file if someone wants to go to my Figma account and check the designs or you want to use my designs, you can go with it. Okay, and I have also included a README file that is basically a stopwatch project documentation. I highly recommend that you first go to the README documentation. It will help you to know what kind of project and logic have been implemented. I think whoever is checking this video or this project, I firstly recommend that you should go with the documentations. It is a completely detailed given with the logics, the functionality, and everything, the HTML structure, the glass morphism effect, how it has been created. Okay, so let's just go with the document info, and then you can also check out the project. And also I have user hosted the project on the Netlify. Do make sure to check the project on the Netlify as well. Okay, so that's pretty much it. A project has been created in the three steps basically. I basically design every project in three steps. First, I go with the UI UX designing in the Figma. Okay. Then implement the code and then the logic. Okay. And the working is pretty much in front of you. So I hope whoever is checking this project will like this project and rate me well, I guess. Okay. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you will love this project. Thank you so much. Goodbye.